So what does it mean that you don't support the RMOW budget?
Well, when we say we don't support the budget, it means basically the money that the town has to spend every year. We do it in a 5-year cycle, so we have to plan 5 years out. And then every year we decide how much money the town's going to spend. And the way we do that is, you have these revenues that come in through hotel taxes, and you have revenues that come in through fees and charges. But the biggest amount of money that comes in is through people's property tax. So we've had to increase taxes the last 4 years in a row, above the rate of inflation. So I never supported those because I thought it's becoming too expensive for residents to live here and to be able to raise their families here. And every year the cost goes up and up. And I always believed that we could save a bit more money and not have to increase the taxes. So that's what I mean by not supporting the RMOW budget. I believe that we should have lower taxes and spend less money on things. One thing that gives people quite a bit of confusion is the difference between property tax and hotel tax. Now, the hotel tax is actually two different taxes. So there's one called the AHRT, and that comes from the province, and it's called the Additional Hotel Room Tax. And that's a 2% tax that, it's part of a 10% tax that is levied by the hotels. So when you go and you stay in a hotel in Whistler, there's a 10% tax charge, and then we get 2% of that back for the municipality, and we can do that for tourism infrastructure. There's another tax called the RMI, and that's the Resort Municipality Initiative. So there's 13 jurisdictions in the province, like Whistler, and their towns depend on tourism. So of that 10% tax that I just mentioned, we receive an additional 4% of that tax, or thereabouts. A couple of years ago, the province had to change the way the taxes work to harmonize with the HST. So now it's based on a grant, but it is still a lot of money. It's about $6.5 million this year. Those monies can only be spent on tourism initiatives. So like the concert series that we had this summer, and the staging and all that money can be used for those things that attract tourists. But we can't use that money, as a lot of people would like us to do, to heat the pool at Meadow Park or cut the grass in our parks or pave our streets, because those are things for residents. So I understand why there's a lot of confusion, but they're very different taxes, and they can only be used for different things, or else the specific things that they're allowed to be used for, or else the province will take them away.
Well, I thought that was great.